After completing their first signing of a striker, Manchester United is urgently pursuing the recruitment of a center back to replace Rafael Varane's position and as a backup in case they part ways with both Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire. So any quality names have been targeted, and it's likely that a big transfer will happen soon. The defense is finalizing the last targets to reinforce personnel, but for the central midfield position, there's too much information causing confusion for fans. Will Manuel Ugarte meet the requirements given that Joao Neves is too expensive? And with Amadou Onana preparing to join Aston Villa, will Manchester United return to an option named Sofiane Amrabat, who has always been waiting for a day to return to the theater of dreams? The summer transfer market is still very active after the official announcement of Joshua Zirkzee's deal. Fans expect the Old Trafford club to make more big signings in the coming time, especially for the center back position. Matthijs de Ligt is very close to the Red Devils, with the final stages of pricing and payment methods being approved between the club and Bayern Munich. If they complete the signing of his former student manager Erik ten Hag, and the management will focus on the central midfield position before waiting for funds from player sales to continue strengthening the squad. In recent days, information about Manchester United's interest in Manuel Ugarte has appeared across all media, and the Uruguayan midfielder himself is looking forward to joining the club. For Paris Saint-Germain, he is not an important player. Here, Luis Enrique doesn't use Ugarte much. So this player's idea is to seek a different experience, an opportunity to come to the Premier League. Yes, he is very interested in that possibility, and Manchester United, even without participating in the Champions League, for Ugarte, it's a deal he would be very happy to make. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano's statement seems to confirm that the midfielder born in 2001 has identified his next potential destination and is just waiting for negotiations between the two clubs. Previously, some information from the Foggy Country also indicated that the Red Devils management is currently having many opinions regarding this deal. Is the former Sporting Lisbon star good enough to play for the club? The advantage of the Old Trafford team is the good relationship with this player's agent, so negotiations on remuneration will not be a serious issue. But the key lies with the French rich club. With the very good form of Ferreira and Fabien Ruiz in the recent Euro, coach Luis Enrique will certainly use this pair for the upcoming season, so Manuel Ugarte's chances will gradually decrease. Besides the target Andre Onana, who will likely move to Aston Villa soon, Manchester United's interest is focused on two names, the Uruguayan star and Joao Neves. Both are deep-lying midfielders but possess contrasting styles. And if Ugarte is a midfield butcher specializing in interceptions, challenges, and frustrating opponents, then the Benfica player shares many similarities with Spain's Rodri, differing only in physique. The young Portuguese talent's ability to pass the ball out beautifully or apply pressure is very impressive. Therefore, many opinions suggest that this is the perfect partner with Kobbie Mainoo in midfield, but 120 million euros is really too expensive for the current situation. So what if we choose Manuel Ugarte? Firstly, he will be a genuine sweeper cleaning up for teammates, freely distributing the ball. His intelligent play and ability to frustrate opponents also help the Red Devils in many situations, needing to reduce pressure and limit the excitement of any team. But the figure of 60 million euros is relatively high for this deal. Although, in fact, this is also the amount that Paris Saint-Germain spent a similar figure to recruit him from Sporting Lisbon a year ago. Additionally, the 23-year-old midfielder is not good at passing. He often uses sideways passes back and forth and rarely makes long passes. Is this a younger version of Casemiro? These are the reasons why the management is still hesitant about making efforts to sign this South American star. So from there, a surprising option appeared in the meetings. It's Sofiane Amrabat, who just ended his loan contract at the Theater of Dreams. And transfer expert Fabrizio Romano also shared some information about the Moroccan player's case. Manchester United has not yet made any decision about Sofiane Amrabat's future. The story is still open. Fiorentina is also waiting for the English representative to make a final decision. It is known that Manchester United plans to make a decision about Sofiane Amrabat next week. They still have the option to buy this player outright, but an internal decision will be made soon next week. Amrabat plans to leave Fiorentina and wait for Manchester United. Since the end of his contract in June, the 1996-born player doesn't want to return to Serie A, but is still waiting for the opportunity to continue playing in the jersey he always loves. With only 1 year left on his contract with Fiorentina, the pressure will be on the Italian club, because if they can't sell him, they will lose him for free next winter or further in the summer next year. So Manchester United is not too anxious about this deal. They understand Amrabat's situation and know his wishes. His mind is only at Old Trafford, and if the evaluation of potential targets doesn't yield the best regulations. Sofyan Amrabat could very well be the club's new signing this summer, but instead of a loan, it's a long-term contract. The 27-year-old has made 30 appearances for Manchester United, but the truth is Amrabat had 5 months without starting in the Premier League. Before reappearing in the home defeat against Arsenal, that was only his second start in all competitions in 2024. But since then, the African midfielder's performance has been very convincing, especially the FA Cup victory achievement with the whole team. All options, including outright sale, accepting shareholders, and rejecting all offers, are still entirely in the hands of the Glazer family. If their valuation of Manchester United is not met, they will not sell. That valuation has not been made public, and those in the bidding process have not been told a specific figure. The PS6 billion figure was just thrown out by insiders to test the waters and raise the price of bidders. 20 million euros is the amount the Red Devils could buy the Moroccan international outright, but with the current situation, 15 to 18 million euros is completely a figure that Fiorentina could accept. They are under pressure because Amrabat only has 11 months left on his contract, and not many clubs meet the conditions for the Utrecht star because they know that in his head there is only the theater of dreams. Not only steadfastly waiting for Manchester United to come and pick him up, Amrabat is also ready to reduce his salary to fit the budget set by the club, although in fact the figure he is receiving is not significant. But this shows that the midfielder born in 1996 is preparing everything best to return in the red shirt once again and reap many successes like the FA Cup title at the end of last season. If we compare Sofyan Amrabat with the target Manuel Ugarte, we will not see too much difference. The essence of both is purely defensive midfielders, not flashy, not abusing technique, but only aiming for simplicity and safety. But the price is what the club's upper echelons are very interested in. The Uruguayan international is 5 years younger, has a price 3 times that of Amrabat, and has no experience playing in the Premier League. So if it were you, which target would you choose to supplement the Old Trafford team at this stage? In our opinion, if there are many positions that need to be supplemented, choosing Amrabat is the most reasonable solution. Recently, the club has also signed Toby Collier, a defensive midfielder who is promised to be introduced by coach Erik ten Hag in the near future. Therefore, if an expensive player is not signed, the opportunity for the 20-year-old talent to play will not be much. So a competition with the Moroccan star is completely reasonable. Clearly, the Fiorentina player may not be a regular starter or the right person to aim for a ball control and pressure style of play. But in some specific situations, Amrabat still shows his value or is an extremely useful substitute option in deep defensive counter-attacking situations. Once a highly anticipated new signing, the Dutch strategist and his assistant could not find the most effective way to maximize Sofyan Amrabat's abilities. However, the late season stellar performances could be a lifeline for the 27-year-old midfielder, and he also shared his wishes as soon as the past season ended. You ask if I know what I'll do next year? Well, of course not. We'll talk to each other. Staying is certainly one of the options. Look, I think this is a very difficult season for Manchester United. Things need to be much better, and for me personally too. I always stay calm and train very hard. Finally, that patience has paid off. We will talk in the near future. Yes, Manchester United is always the biggest club in the world, so who wouldn't want to play here? But all parties must be satisfied with each other, and we will sit down right now to see what will happen in the next few days. And 20 million euros or less is a very worthwhile investment. Importantly, Sofyan Amrabat is also a warrior who can live and die with the club, dedicate himself wholeheartedly, ready to reduce his salary, and do everything possible just to continue playing at the theater of dreams. The man born in 1996 still makes efforts every day because he knows that this is the club he loves and wants to dedicate himself to until the very last moment. The FA Cup title can certainly be the beginning of a more anticipating journey in the future. Hopefully, the management will quickly make a final decision and Sofian Amrabat is a choice worth considering. Let's wait and see if Amrabat can return to Old Trafford next season.
Thank you for tuning into VR 360. We hope you enjoyed our latest updates and insights on all things Manchester United. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest news, match analysis, and exclusive content. Join our community of passionate Red Devils fans and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps us bring you the best coverage of our beloved team. Until next time, stay united and keep the red flag flying high.